Here is the reality. If your feedback tool is bloated, your data is garbage. If your feedback tool is complex, your data is garbage. You only hear from the one person who's either ecstatic or furious. You're missing the real deal. Today I'm meeting someone who has built a tool called Gajaga using Kiro to solve this problem. The goal is in the frictionless flow. No apps, no long processors, just pure insights. In this episode of The Builder Story, I'm meeting Arshad Zackeriya, also known as Zack, a senior engineer based out of New Zealand, and he's the only AWS Hero in the country. He's originally from Sri Lanka. Machan, ape kolleg. In this episode, we're going to discuss about how Zack got started in his tech career, how he identified this problem to build Gajaga, a live product demo, a deep dive or a sneak peek into the specs in Kiro and the future of this product as well. Hey, Zack is giving this platform for free of charge for those who are part of AWS community and who's organizing meetups and also AWS community days to collect feedback. The link is in the description. Go and sign up. My name is Shafraz Rahim. This is The Builder Story. Zack, welcome to the show.
Kiro Shafraz, how are you?
I'm great, Zack here. Thank you for joining the show today.
Thank you for having me. So today we're gonna talk inside the builder story. Right? So builder should have something special. So I have, and I thought to use this builder's hat, and you can see my brother Zack is there. So the Zack show hat. So we're gonna
that's cool.
use this since we are builders, and I hope you don't mind. I'll be wearing this the entire show.
No, we don't mind at all. We don't mind at all. That's great to see Zack's show and then the builder hat as well, Zack, today.
Yeah. Say hi to other Zack as well.
What's the story behind Zack? How did you get started? Because you are also someone known in the DevOps communities as well. Like, what's your story, Zack?
Yeah. First of all, after my school days, I'm very honest with you. My father is the reason to be here. I'm here right now because he's the one who, like, even when I was doing my O levels and A levels, he's the one who encouraged me. Okay, there's something like information technology, and he got me a Pentium 3 computer, very long time back. Then I was understanding the hardware and how this works and everything, and formatting the operating system multiple times. Believe it or not, I was a big Linux fan since back in those days. I don't know whether you remember, Shafraz, the canonical Ubuntu used to send you free set of discs, CDs, right? Yes. So I used to keep odd and each version. I think I had it from Ubuntu version 6 or 7, if I'm not wrong. Might be my numbers are wrong, but unfortunately, I don't have any CDs at the moment now. But I really enjoyed it, and I just keep trying to install it. And when someone is having some troubles, I just put the live disk and start it. Try to get their data account, whatever. Then
that's true. That's such a great time, right?
Yes,
I also remember having ordering some of the CDs, and then those days were the days that you had CD, XP to Vista, everything burned into a CD, and then you just format every time there's a virus that gets hits, right? So interesting.
Yes, and I mean even the games or everything, right? It's CDs, discs. I hope this generation, I don't think they understand that struggle we had. When the disc doesn't work, you have wipe using your T-shirt and just try it back. So after that, I came to the industry as a PHP developer, and I used to start with a framework called Drupal, Drupal 6.0, if I'm not wrong, that's the version, and WordPress, those things, right? So I was heavy on those platforms, and by the time we didn't have these cloud servers, we were using shared hostings and everything, right? Then there was a platform called Rackspace. Rackspace is still there in the industry, right? So Rackspace is the first cloud vendor I used to work with, and it's not easy. You have to request a support, submit a support request to get the instance done. If you need a backup, you have to send a support request. It's not like, the AWS console, you go and do everything by yourself. It's totally different time. And I did a lot of mistakes, trust me. I used to delete like databases because it's PHP, editing in the production, and I used to put some live sites down. I don't want to mention any the company names, but that's how you learn, right? Like you learn from your mistakes. Then by that time, I have no idea about what is DevOps is. No idea. And by that time, there was no any community, right, Shafras? Back in Sri Lanka, the community started. I mean, you're one of the OG community guy, right? You guys started this community thing. And I should definitely tell that, the DevOps Sri Lanka group, the Damit, Amila, there are a lot of other people like involved in this. Then I was part of that group, and we tried to host multiple sessions and try to mentor the next generation. So that's how I came into the community. And yeah, after that, I was working in Doha, Qatar for a couple of years in the Middle East, then moved to Singapore. We used to be neighbors and used to love my cooking. And we can say hi to Pasindu if he's watching that later. And then even in Singapore, right? Like after you joined AWS, we had some amazing time, right? Like with the user group, especially the post-COVID. Thanks to Badri, Steve, and Lynn, Serena, amazing team. Especially our Donnie. How can we forget Donnie? And we had this amazing time. So that's how my community career came. And trust me, I did a lot of mistakes. I learned from the mistakes. I'm not saying it's a zero mistakes, but I have done so many terrible mistakes. But I learned from the mistakes. Luckily, I had really, really good mentors in my career.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Zack. For those who are watching this video, Zack was right when he said he can cook really well. He can really cook well. Like if you have tried out his food, you should leave a comment below. Like how good of a chef he is. I think that came from when you moved to Doha, Qatar. You had to sort of pick things up and to run with it. So that's nice. So Zack, just to get a bit of a deep dive, right? Like you mentioned, you started off as a PHP developer, and at the same time you had some sysadmin experience as well. Like so, Zack, now and then you turned into become DevOps as well. So there's this notion of like sysadmin work were the ones that got sort of moved into DevOps. Is that correct?
Kind of. I would say kind of, because I always say this. People think DevOps engineer is a role, but no. It comes with a couple of pillars like culture, the principle, practice, and the tools. I have seen a lot of people like, especially in Sri Lanka, I've noticed that people are more towards the tools rather understanding the practice and the culture. So it's most about the culture and practice. Since I used to work in other countries and other communities, under different leaderships, I understood, okay, this is something different. This is not about the tool. Knowing Kubernetes, it's not enough. You should know how to apply, where to apply all the best practices, right?
True.
Yes, in a term, sysadmins turn into like system engineers and different names. And now we have platform engineers, SR engineers. So everything is like spread it into different roles.
True. That's interesting. Thanks for clarifying that. Most importantly, when it comes to DevOps, it's a mindset, it's a culture, and it needs to be a practice as well, going beyond just the tools, because like tools come and go. Like if you know the mindset and the culture, it's gonna be like pretty easy to sort of like get involved with it as well. Now, so Zack, you had also worked at different types of companies as well. You had worked at smaller companies, bigger companies, etc. So how does DevOps practices change in this, like depending on the size of the company?
It's a massive change. Like for example, when I used to work in Singapore, let's say I want to add a security group rule for EC2 instance something, right? There's a process and practice. I have to be very patient because you should understand why this takes time. They have to write a lot of security concerns, a lot of clearance things, right? And same time, in some small companies, like, okay, you just go and do it and you get an approval or something. But the more you go to enterprise level, there will be a change management system. You have to have an approval, and the change request should approve, and you have to come up with all the risk assessments and everything. You might see a friction, definitely, right? Why I can't do that? There are friction, but that's where the platform things comes now. Like, especially like currently I'm working now. We just enable the platform for the developers. We have a big platform team, different pods. I'm coming from the Kubernetes EK spot, but we have securities, networks, and everything, right? So this platform will enable the developers to deliver things in high velocity. So basically, we're applying all the DevOps principles here, right? So if you want to push something, the platform is enable that in one place. So make sure the organization guardrails are enabled and monitoring enabled, all the security, like check, like for example, the Kubernetes, right? They can't just go and do anything bad, like harmful, right? I know nobody going to do it, but human errors can happen. But even though to prevent that, there are prevention technology. So those are the big difference. So if this is an example, if you're newly joined to a company, maybe you're a newly starting the career, don't think as a demotivation. Don't think as like, okay, why this person is not allowing me to do that? There's a big difference. Like, it comes with the experience, right? That's how you learn. More you learn, which means the experience, not only the tools. Tools you can do, expertise with current available all the free platforms and everything.
Yeah, of course. I think that's a good call out actually. If someone is like newly joining to this field of DevOps, don't be discouraged if you think there are other ways, like quicker ways to do this. Why this process in place is because like you to streamline things, streamline resources, streamline processes, and then of course, like this will give you like mental well-being also, like going through this process.
Yes. Yeah, you're
So
100% correct. Yes.
yeah, so that's quite interesting. So before we move on and then start about like some like the this really cool product that you have built, Fejoa, Zach, if you can tell a little bit about like you are someone who has lived in multiple countries already, and then now as a Sri Lankan you are living in New Zealand now. Like for someone who's interested to explore other countries, what would be your sort of tips, like if someone is in tech and if they want to kind of move to a different country and explore, right? Because like
Yeah.
then you when you go to different countries you explore, you gain new experiences, which is great
Yeah.
as well. Like, so what are your sort of top 2 to 3 sort of tips for those who are looking forward to like move to a different country and get the experience?
Yeah. So I would say, like, be patient first. Like, I used to mentor a lot of students in Sri Lanka. I'm still doing it. Whenever they want, like, have a call and helping them, it's a very common question everyone is asking. So, but I would say, like, be patient first, because let's say you are coming out of the university, nobody gonna. I mean, you can get the opportunities, but it's very rare case, right? I mean, look at the current the industry and the world, the economy is
Yeah.
going on, right? Like, definitely they are very hard to find jobs these days. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
frankly telling you, like, it's not easy to find a new job because things are moving. So the example I would say, I started as a PHP developer. I'm not selling
Yeah.
to follow me, but just an example. I started a PHP developer. Then that time the PHP is going well.
Yeah.
Then I thought learning Linux with that, like how Linux works, because servers, we need servers, right? It's good.
True.
Then I learned Linux and got the hands-on experience with the first company I used to work. So I always very grateful for that first company I used to work more than 3 years. First place, always stay much as, I mean, there are a lot of hardship, trust me, like there are a lot of ups and downs, but that's where you learn with your patience. Then after Linux, I realized, okay, my networking skills are very bad. I have to learn about the networks. Then I did something called CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate or Administrator, something.
Yeah.
So after doing that, my network knowledge came in. very well, and I start practicing it. So you see,
Mm.
right? I'm not encouraging someone to cut trees, but there's an example. If you want to cut a tree, first take some time and sharp the axe. Then you can cut it in one or two times. But if you're going to use the very old axe, it will take some time to cut it. So skills are the important things. Now, if you're a newcomer to the industry, you're very lucky. There are so many amazing platforms, amazing communities like AWS user groups, right? And every city now we have a user group, and from there you can learn and go and make the network with them. So then you can get the connection and all over, like, the knowledge and everything. So coming to the point, so you see, right, it's a journey. It's not like, okay, you're out from the university, okay, I'm going to find a job in another country.
Mm.
It's, think about, like,
It's
practically,
hard.
like, yeah, right, you have to sharpen that axe. So you have to be patient and learn from others, accept the mistakes. That is the hardest thing that we could do, right? Like, a lot of people are, yes, accepting, but sometimes no, they always think, okay, I'm correct. No, learn from others and find a good mentor is an important thing in my
Mm.
life. Even I have mentors, like, our friend Geetika, right?
Yeah.
He's my mentor, like, here, right? Because he's also in New Zealand. Whenever something's like, I always call him and, hey, Geetika, what about this? I have some struggle or problem like that, and can you help? Like, can I get some advice? So having he spends sometimes like 1 hour on a call and helps me to, like,
Mm.
do that. And same time, the other people over here, like, mentoring in the technical stuff. So do that. Definitely, you can go to the next career. I mean, in the foreign jobs. But once you have that thing, then try to have the connection with internationally. Like, I have the connection
Mm.
with Jones, right? Like, we met through a community program. So try to make the connection. That's how you make the connection. Like, say, if Jones want to hire someone there, let's say, then you have this opportunity. Hey, Jones, can you help me to get it there? And that's how you have the connection. Until now, Shafraz, all the jobs I found in other countries, all are
Yeah.
referrals. I even never applied for anything. Even the Singapore one is a referral from a friend. Then how it happened. Even the New Zealand one is a referral.
Yeah.
So you see, the community matters. All these people I know because of the community. You stick
Yeah.
with the community. You stick with your first job for a while. Try to learn from the mistakes. Definitely, it will be there. We can talk about this topic like 1 hour more than that.
Yeah. Well, it's for another episode of the builder story, like how you kind of sharpen your axe. So that's a good analogy, to be honest, Zach. Sharpening your axe is very important these days, especially where there are less number of jobs, and then things are getting automated. AI has come into
Yep,
the picture.
100%.
So that means like people with like much better skills and have better, sharper thinking and then doing ways, I think they have a better opportunity as well. Like you pointed out, an important one, which is about networking uh, beyond your country. That's very important as well. Not just to stick around to just one country. Like try to find like communities are the best places to find such people, like
Yeah,
especially like global communities. Like you are a part, you're known by the AWS heroes worldwide, the user groups.
yeah.
Quite an active guy. So like that's how you meet new people
Yeah.
from around the world. So I think people should make use of it, especially people from Sri Lanka.
Yes, 100%. Like, I think it's safe to say, like, Sri Lankans are very good with make connections and talking to others, and they're very chill people, right? Like, we know how to, yeah, we work hard and party harder, right? So I
Yeah.
think it's safe to say yes.
Of course, we know how to have a good time. All
Yes.
right. So thanks, Zach, for sharing all these details. Now, Zach, you have built a platform using Hero for a
Yeah.
problem that you found. Do you wanna share about the tool or the platform that you have built? What does it do? So it's called Fejoa. It's a fruit. So there's a interesting story as well for that. So Zach, do you wanna take us to what's the story of Fejoa?
Yes, of course. I think yes. Before we dive into the tool, I think it's important to understand, right, why I wanted to build this. There's a nice story behind this. You
Mhm.
know, we have been hosting the AWS Community Day, the in-person one in Aotearoa, New Zealand, for the last 3 years now. And each time, um, to gather the feedback, we always struggle, and we found these feedback tools, which kind of like expensive, but it's all right because the tool comes with a lot of features and things. But ask this question from yourself, like, do we need all these features for a community event? Because we do that for the community, by the community, right? We don't have to have all these features. We just need the simple thing, like simplicity. Simplicity is the key. So this year, 11th of April, we are going to host our second virtual community day, and it's all already set up. So initially, when we were planning about, okay, what is the feedback tool that we're going to use. Then I was talking to Paul, Ram, Mike, the Mike, the streaming guy, and John, all the team, and the Casey also.
Yep.
So then I was like, okay, why don't we build one? Then team is like, okay, Zach, if you want, just let's try it out. Then I said, okay, challenge accepted. Let me go and try to build it using Kiro, because Paul and Mike is already like heavy on Kiro. They have like
Mm.
built some even plugins which are like more than 1,000 downloads. So I was like, okay, nice. I got the help and the feedback and everything to build it. So I thought, like, simply, let's build something very simple and try it out. If it comes good, I can give that for the community for the free. So currently it's free for any AWS communities. They can use it, and already a couple of amazing user group leaders reach out to me, and they're testing it. And Seb is hosting this AI meetup in Wellington, and he tried it's live, and I was really happy to see that it went really well, and he was really happy with the all these outcome. So that is the story behind that. Then once all done, everyone helped me to test it out, and all good. Then I was like, okay, now I have to name it. So since I'm from Aotearoa, and I was like, okay, let's use something more related, which I love. Then I thought, okay, this is Pejoa. It's like a fruit, like you're from Sri Lanka, Shafra. So
Yep.
it's something like guava,
Guava.
but tastes like guava plus pineapple, and
Okay.
it's so yummy. So this is the season, and me and my wife shop, like, we both love this one, and Kiwis love this fruit. So I thought, okay, let's make it like a fun platform, and same time, the theme and the color and everything, I can do it. And Kiro did a really good job finding all this information and build this app together. So that
Yeah.
is the story behind it. So we thought, like, okay, let's build something that we wanted to solve it. I think that's how it all comes from, right? Then
Yeah.
I wanted to mention the Shafras. Then I was keep building with couple of specs, and I thought, okay, now time to publish. So
Hmm.
always I follow these AWS principle, right? Bias action.
Hmm. Hmm.
Once it once you're ready, just do it. Then do other things, like if it's good, like get the feedback, go back. So using all these principles in a mind, and I start
Yeah.
building. So it came out really well, and I'm really happy.
Zach, so I want to call out what Seb also shared. Like Seb is a is the legend who started off like the user groups in Aotearoa. He have been
Yes.
doing an amazing work in the country as well. So Seb had called out, shout out to Arshad Zackeriya, absolute legend and community champion. His tool feedback for Joa is one of those why didn't this exist sooner moments. Dead simple, ask exactly the right questions, and completely free for communities worldwide. Stop paying for bloated feedback tools. This is lightweight, purposeful, and just works. So I
Yeah.
think you have got an amazing feedback right over there as well. So Zach, why don't you like share your screen and then take us to feedback for Joa, the platform that you have built?
Yes. So let's do it in two parts. Let me show you how the platform itself works, and after that, we can go through some amazing the Kiro stuff later. Cool. So this is the platform, and I love the community. So I put this one on the top because I would say I'm here because of thanks to these AWS community. I think I'm from the batch one of AWS community builders back in the
Yeah.
day, and thanks Jason. And we should remind him, like remember this Tumblr.
Yeah.
So yes, I can't forget that. And thanks Maria for all the amazing thing you're doing for the community.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks Taylor too for the Heroes program. I'm not going through the screenshots. Later, Shopify is
Yeah.
going to share, and you can go through the page and see.
Yeah.
But instead of that, we are going to check in live. So since I already logged in, I'm going to the dashboard now. So this is where the magic happens, and it's very simple. In the account section, you can change the password, the basic things, and you can delete your accounts and everything. And this is using AWS Cognito service. It's easy for me. I don't have to worry about all these authentication part. And the project section, this tier is I call it a community tier. I don't have any other tiers yet, but I'm slowly building it. In this tier, you'll get project, and you can invite like 3 users already to help your project. Let's say you have a big team. So I created this one, Zack Shafras, hello at Zack.tv email, and we don't have an event yet. So
Yeah.
what we're going to do, we are going to create a virtual event, and we can create the event as the builder story. And it's optional. I can see we love the show. Cool. And I'm gonna put as from today to like 1 week time this event is gonna run, and all these errors and like kind of like the information, I can come to that part when we go through the Kiro part, why I put these things and how Kiro did an
Yep.
amazing job on that. So I'm going to simply create the event. Easy. This token is unique, and ta-da, you have this event dashboard now. So this one, you basically get, we'll go to that part, but this one you basically get the event plus this, and this one event only. Let's say you have a slide deck, let's say a community day, you can have multiple QR codes for your each speaker, end of your slides. And event only, you can have a separate one to get the event feedback later. So session title, it's I'm going to do as feedback Gajaga, and speaker name is Zack. And added a session, and you can see I can download the QR code separately. I can copy the feedback link separately, and I can check the reports also separately. Currently, we don't have anything to check. So if I check, this one is live, nothing there. So what I'm going to do now, Shafras, I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to paste it here. And you can see, very simple. That's what Seb said, like overall rating. So these questions are different for in-person and virtual. And I'm already working on a feature which is requested by another user group leader, where we can customize the questions. So I'll be releasing that soon. So basically, you can give stars, and I'm going to give like, this is not about your video audio quality, just to get some data. And I'm going to say, wow, amazing. And about Zack now. So you can tell Zack is 5-star. We love Zack. Submitted. That's it. So if you go view report now, you can see the reports are here.
Nice.
And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open this one separately for the speaker, copy link, and see, I can get only for the specific speaker. If I create another speaker for Shafras, and I will have another one. So I'm going to, while I'm talking, I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to share the event one separately as well. And you can add something. The report you see, right? Because visualization matters. These are the data that are really important, right? So, and the best part, my favorite part, is the view report. And you can share and export as a PDF for the event only. And if you want, you can do the share report for the entire thing. Like, let's say this is only for the communities. Like, let's say you are the user group leader from Singapore. Let's say Steve wants to check with the team, like entire report, like entire commit day. So the share report will generate you S3 URL, which is amazing. It will be easy to share with everyone. You can see everything is in one report.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and let's say now Steve wants to share this feedback only with me because this is my feedback. So
Yeah.
what he can do, like he can click report and share
Nice.
it and get this. Look at this.
I
So
was
it's
about to
my
ask.
report.
I was
Yes.
about to ask if you can share it with only with the speaker, just
Yes.
speaker report.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool, right? I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I mean that's amazing. And other thing is like I can export as PDF as well.
Hey, a quick pause here. 72% of those who are watching my videos have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, which makes me think, am I doing the right thing? If there's something that I can improve on, if there's something that you think that will make you subscribe to this YouTube channel, please leave in the comment section. While you're watching, if you found at least one valuable tip from this video, consider subscribing and leaving a thumbs up to this video, which will encourage me to have conversations with such important people in moving forward in the future as well.
So one of the most important part about like how you build this whole thing is that you vibe engineered this. It's not
Yes.
vibe coded, because I wouldn't call it vibe coded, because
Yeah.
wasn't going anywhere without an idea, but rather you vibe engineered it. Vibe in the sense you didn't have to like write a lot of codes here, but you had to write the spec,
Yes.
how this whole thing will come to life, like you architected it, right?
Yes.
How it should look like, etc. So tell us a little bit more about that process. How did you get started? Like how was your experience as well?
Yes. So yeah, the most common thing what we have seen in this the current situation, right? Like the vibe coding, there are a lot of tools and everything, right? But
Hmm.
you mentioned nice thing like the engineering part, right?
Hmm.
Because we are builders, we're engineers.
Hmm.
We can't just go and blindly do something and just push it, and it can't be like that. You should have a proper engineering background. You should know the basic how it works,
Hmm.
especially like the costing, the principles, all these pillars like
Yeah.
security, their cost, high availability and everything. So it's kind of like engineering, right? So
Yeah.
that's where I worked with Kiro to build this first spec. So first spec, it's like get the skeleton, like the functions done, and the theme, no theme. Trust me, like it's a very simple. I'm using Next.js, and it's a very simple buttons and everything, but generic ones. But the functions works.
Hmm.
So I would love to share my screen with the Kiro IDE. We are not going through all the code or everything, but I want to show some uh, how my spec looks like, and the other thing is the steering. So
Yeah.
I'll come to that part. Let's share my screen and let's do it.
Awesome.
So let's open my specs folder. So if
Mhm.
you're new to Kiro, I highly recommend. There are so many amazing articles and videos, amazing done by the community builders from the AWS itself and the heroes. Go and check it out. And this spec folder, Shafra, you see, right? It's not only single spec.
Yeah.
Look at this, multiple specs. So I started with this. I love
Hmm.
Amplify. That's one of my favorite AWS tools these days. And once I built it, everything worked, right? So I can go to my tasks and everything is fine, but requirement, I built, you can see the long requirement file and the design and
Mhm.
everything. But the beauty about it, like it's not a single spec. Like when you
Yep.
engineer, right? Like you think in deeper. You take like couple of days to engineer thing, then only you just go and build. You just don't go blindly open the IDE and oh try to build something and
Mhm.
it keeps hallucinating and you blame the IDE and the tool. No, it's
Yeah.
not the tool, it's the person, it's the engineer who's steering it, right?
Yeah.
So mark the word steering, I'll come to that later. You can already see steering here. That's my
Mhm.
favorite part. Then once that is done, Shafras, what I did, okay, then I wanted to publish this,
Mhm.
like biosfaction, right? Just publish and
Mm.
give to someone and use it. So in this one, when I engineered, uh, once everything's done, I came up with the community tier. Community tier
Mhm.
is the one that now we did the demo a few minutes
Yeah.
ago. So that tier is basically how the role part is working, and right, like, okay,
Mhm.
this tier you should have these features and something like that. So
Mm.
using this separate specs, I
Mhm.
build that community tier. Then the community tier kind of had some issues. So
Mhm.
remember, I was showing some
Yeah.
errors before in orange color. What
Yeah.
happened? Initially, some validation didn't work. Like,
Mhm.
I noticed when you create a event on the same
Mhm.
day, and if you put the same day the ending, after that day, without a warning, it's just locked out, because that's how it works. Then I wanted to set up a warning. Then I told you, right, I was working on a custom questions now, because one
Mhm.
of the user group lead asking, hey Zach, I love this, but depends on the geographical location, the question might change, right? I never thought about
Mhm.
that angle, because this tool is
True.
for global. So that
True.
that might be like, for example, for the in-person event, right?
Yeah.
Different countries have different needs. Like, for example, here we have sometimes like dietary needs, like
Mm.
gluten free. So we might have to put those things, right? Like, if those kind of information. Just an example.
Yeah.
So I was working on that, and you see like multiple UX fixes, enhancement.
Yeah, Zach, before we move on with the steering part, now, Zach, you were like showcasing like your specs, like how you sort of thought
Yeah,
about like engineering the whole everything as well. And then if
yeah,
you look at the like specs, that also has different versions, I would say, different
yes,
version in the sense, okay, I had a problem and this is how I solved it. Kind of
yeah,
like a log of
yes,
things as well, which is great. And also, like if you look at this specs also, Zach, you have modularized everything, right? Like say for the like the overall how it looks like, or maybe the functionalities of it. There's one for custom questions. There's one for like UX related activities, the displays. So session wise, session questions as well. So that's great. Like now, when you had to like break this down to into like different sections, right? Did you had to come up with that, or were you like having a conversation with Kiro, and then the Kiro help you out to come up with this?
yes. Because when you go back, so the Kiro has this feature, like when you go back and tell something, okay, this doesn't work. Kiro
Hmm.
asks, you want to do it as a new feature or a bug fix? So
Hmm.
I always, if it's a bug, so for example, this issue, right? Feedback, UI enhancement, not that one. So the UX fixes. So I
Yeah.
did the enhancement as a new feature.
Hmm.
Okay. Then it it had some issues. Like, I deployed to, you can see I'm on my dev environment, and something broken and issues, and I figuring out with the Chrome, the elements on the
Hmm.
UI, and some JS files having some issues with loading,
Yeah.
and so many other fixes happened. But I didn't waste my time to troubleshoot there. Rather than
Hmm.
that, what I did, I used Kiro again. So when I did this spec, Kiro thought, okay, this spec it's created, but there's a bug here. It's not
Hmm.
like a small thing. It's like a kind of like a major thing. Like, there are
Hmm.
multiple files changed. Like, I remember it's like 20 plus files changed again. So
Hmm.
Hero itself asked, okay, this seems like it's suggesting you, like, this seems like a bug fix. So which one you recommend? So I'm the engineer. I can steer, I can decide what I wanted. Then
Hmm.
I decided, okay, the human interaction comes into work, right? I thought, okay,
True.
let's go as a bug fix. And I want to try
Hmm.
that feature as well, like how it works.
Hmm.
It creates the same specs, like what is the bug, and before start the task, the first task itself, it's create some test cases. Is it expecting to
Mhm.
failures? So
Yeah.
test cases failed, then it confirmed, okay, it's a bug. This is the bug, and it started to do the rest of these things.
We can move ahead with the steering part as well now.
Yes, steering part is my favorite because I don't want to open it in the video. I think I already mentioned. There's
Yeah.
some stuff like I shouldn't be sharing. I treat this as as a real production environment because people gonna use this, right? And but definitely later I'm planning to write some blog article. I can remove a couple of things. So definitely, Shafraz,
Yeah.
I'll share with you. You can share with
Awesome.
the others as well. So
Yeah.
the product is like the steering file and the specs are there's a difference. So specs, specific scenario, specific bug fix, specific feature, right? But steering is basically guardrailing, steer your entire product. The entire product, the product MD contain is like the PRD of your product, like what is the requirement, how is the feature looks like, that everything is there. And the structure contains like how the structure gonna be in your product.
Yeah.
And the tech stack is my favorite one because have you noticed like if you're working with white coding sometimes, I mean even the troubleshooting CLI part, you have to keep telling, okay, use this AWS profile, use this Kubernetes cluster context,
True.
keep telling it, right? But having the steering text tech.md, you can tell, okay, I need Next.js this version. I
True.
need Amplify. I need this version of Kubernetes, just example. I need this version of this one. And like that, your tech stack, you can do it. And especially, I have two environment shuffle. So even that one is actually suggested by Kiro. When I started this, it's just single step. I want to test it out. So it's a Dynamo table, serverless stack, Amplify application, a single. Then Kiro suggested when I mentioned that I'm going with this community event here, I mentioned that I'm planning to do production. Then Kiro suggested like, okay, if it's production, I think it's better to have, because I'm having the conversation with it, better to have a separate environment for production. Then it's basically create a exactly clone of the what I'm doing as a clean data in a different AWS account, and all this information are inside this tech. So next time, even if I go white code in this project, if I tell dev, it knows it's going to be the dev. It doesn't gonna mess up with my production DynamoDB, and it doesn't have that access directly because I control everything. Those commands I have to read properly and run it, and I switch my profiles when I wanted to switch. But always production is read only. That's how I create it. Even it can't push to the main branch. The branch production is enabled, even though it can't push it because explicitly I've told that you can do everything in dev. Anything after that, you have to create me a PR pull request to make put in the main branch, so which it can go to the production. Yeah.
Zack, now tech.md, right? Like that's where you define everything. So say for an example, like if the Kiro has to sort of set up everything for you, like DynamoDB instance, like maybe EC2 instance, does it create by itself or do you have to get involved to create that in AWS account side?
Okay, good question. So basically, I used here CDK. Everything is as infrastructure as code. So you can see my infrastructure folder. So it's everything is CDK. So it's everything is written here. Yes, Shafraz. The CDK versions itself and how it's deploying, and even the GitHub actions for the deployment. Everything is written and configured by Kiro. So like infrastructure changes, it's go via GitHub actions for now. And Amplify, right? It's pull based. So whenever I push the change to the relevant branch with the reference, it will pull the change and it will build it. So trust me, in dev environment, most of the time the build success because that much heavy on testing Kiro does. Each and every feature or bug fix, it it writes amazing test cases.
Zack, when it comes to like Kiro, yeah, how you got started with like building this product, you mentioned the first thing that you did was like using Amplify, and then you sort of told Kiro this is what exactly needs to happen, right?
Yeah.
Say for an example, someone who's starting off to build a product, like someone has like identified the problem, and that person knows exactly what needs to be done, right? So in a situation like that, using Kiro, how can someone get started, Zach?
Yes, it's like you have to write. I mean, old school. So I usually write everything. Big writer, and thanks to you, Shafraz, I write
Nice.
things, and I love writing because you have to have a sketch. Like I write and draw diagrams and plan it. Okay, how it comes, but don't go over engineer. Also, like you can come up with a basic, like this is your input, what are your expectation, and what your output you need, and
Hmm.
write it and convert it as to like a nice the human English language,
Mm-hmm.
and start with Kiro, start your new spec, and go and do it. Don't be rushed to do things. Read the Kiro will create you the requirement first, and it will ask
Hmm.
you, are you happy with this requirement? Can I go to the next
Hmm.
phase? If you don't like, if you see anything, just keep
Iterating.
changing, keep
Hmm.
iterating and changing it, and then go to the next design phase and check the design is good, and explicitly mention that these are the things you want and this is the versions you need,
Hmm.
and ask like this test case I want, and this is my time frame, I want to build this in quickly. Let's say it's a POC, you're not worried about test or anything. Tell to Kiro like, I want to build this within a couple of hours, like this is a quick POC. Keep it as simple and just build it, and these all these spec files will be there, and later once it's done, you can
Hmm.
create a new spec, or
Yeah.
you can once it's done, you can create your steering docs now and create new spec.
Mm-hmm.
You can't build a house within one day, right? You have to come
Yeah.
up with the foundation, the doors and everything, then the electricity and water supply is second, right? So think like that. I think that's the best advice I could say. Don't rush it.
Yeah.
Be patient with AI, and give the clear instruction. You can't
Yeah.
just ask a boss question. Build me a feedback app. It doesn't work like that. You have to be engineer, like give the all this spec.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's a great piece of advice. One of the key pointers which are being highlighted over and over again is that you should know what you want to build. First of all, the context, the problem that you're going to solve. Like I think a lot of folks have this idea. Hey, I have a tool now. I can go there and build something. But the problem is people don't know what they want to build, the clarity of thought. In your case, you had a very clear sort of a problem statement. Uh, like tools are very expensive to collect feedback, and there are unnecessary stuff involved as well, right over there in those tools. So how do I make it easier just to get this particular part of collecting feedback? So
Yeah.
that's interesting. And then from there onwards, like building up is what's important. And
Yeah.
then like finally, Zach, I think you called out an important part as well, which is around you have to ship. You just can't run this internally and just like keep it in the like in your local machine. You have to ship it and get feedback also, right?
Yes. Ship it faster. So that is the main key point. Repeating again, bias for action, take the action. You can do the enhancement later. Just do it. So this is a good example, I would say. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a good example for me because no procrastination, like get things done and just push it. And already
Yeah.
I started couple of other side hustles as well, like this, building some cool stuff and everything. But I would say this is the first time, like for this year, I just shipped like very fast because our community day is coming. I want to
Hmm.
get things done before that,
Hmm.
and yeah, so ship faster.
Yeah. Like, what's your sort of future vision for this product? Are you thinking about like monetizing it? Because currently it's free
Yeah.
for any community day around the world or any event, like community event, if they want to make use of this. So, Do you have any plans for the future?
Yes, actually, it's a very good question, because now we are talking about the payment gateway now, right? Like, but I can guarantee you here, this video is going to be in YouTube, right? People can can't come and say, okay, Zack, you say it like this. I gave my word. Any AWS community days globally, they can reach me out, and there's an easy way to do it, Shafras. It's fully automated. There's a button on the website. They can just gonna click, fill the form. I get a notification even from my feedback to job backend. I just click a button. They will get a unique QR to register, and they can get things started. Like, for example, what Sid did. So yes, definitely there will be a paid version, but I'm not going to put that for the community events, because I'm coming from the community built me. I love the community. So in case if the community, like currently I'm giving for the AWS community day, right? But other communities can reach out to me and ask Zack, we are doing something for a good cause and helping the community. Yeah. Obviously. I mean, I came from nothing, and I built something like this now, and I love to give the community. But if it's like enterprise event, like interest to do it, yes, yeah, obviously. And even the commit, right? This kind of runs me a little bit of cost to do it, but I can cover it at the moment. Yes, that should be all right. And soon I'm gonna put a feature like not buy me a coffee. I'm gonna put like buy me a feijoa, so people can donate if they want, right? Like I can keep around this, and I'm not expecting, but maybe or maybe not. I don't know. So let's see how things going. But again, I'm guaranteeing for the AWS community days, please feel free to request. I'm happy to give it. And like other user group leaders, just give me feedback. I love feedback. So I can make things better, nicer, and improve things. If you notice a bug, just let me know. Yeah.
So thanks for sharing that. You are giving this out for the AWS community days, because like, see, you can't burn all the AWS Hero credits that you have, right?
I'm gonna say the more.
You're gonna ask Taylor more, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Apart from that, building something using Kiro also takes up certain amount of credits. So if anyone wants to like try out Kiro, there's a link below. If someone wants to like get started, I think once you sign up, you get some free credits as well to use Kiro. So it should be sufficient for you to just get a POC done, which is great as well. So if someone is interested to get in touch with you and then like to learn more or maybe ask a question about DevOps, building stuff with AI, how do they reach out to you?
Oh, just simply go to awsfanboy.com or zack.kiwi.
For the viewers who are watching this video, so Zack is doing 2 shows. So one is the Zack show, the other one is DevOps with Zack. I'll link both the channel links as well in the description, so you can go and like join to those, subscribe to those as well. If you watch this video until the end, so we would love to hear your feedback about this the Build a Story series. If you have any feedback, let us know. Thank you so much for joining. That was an amazing talk. Hoping to see you again very soon.
Yeah, thanks, Shafras. Thanks for having me in the Build a Story. Yeah, hopefully let's meet again with another amazing story.